Well, turns out that short was not a short, but a Chaz music video, which, as the #1 Chaz lover, I will say I did have fun watching, but I'm not the biggest fan of the song itself. And for those not in the Chaz fandom, the song was actually created 3 years ago by the voice actor Eric Schwartz. He hinted to it and performed it a few times during his Who fan-arted live streams, where he would see and talk to all the Chaz fans who made fan art for that particular live stream. Some of the art was even used/inspired from the song as well. Now, you're probably all wondering why I'm even talking about all of this, as I'm clearly a Chaz fan and should be thrilled we got an actual animation to this song, right? Well, yes, to some degree, but I only bring all of this up because of the controversy, which is way too big a word for this situation, but unfortunately the promotion leading to this video was one hell of a mess. So let's get into it. Roughly a week after Level Up had ended and we were officially into May, we received this piece of promo art which shows a succubus in a pool. She does share a lot of similarities to Veronica, but due to the water, it is a little hard to specifically tell if it's Veronica. However, the start to the full problem is that this promo art was advertised as another short. We're even told that another short is coming to YouTube on May 16th on the promo art, and even the description backs it up. But that is not what we got. In the end, we got a music video, which that is completely fine in itself since it's not the first time we've gotten music videos. I mean, look at My Way. That was also a fan song turned music video. However, it was promoted as a music video. In fact, all of them were. It's just for some reason, the advertising for this particular music video is stating that it was going to be a short, which was the first/second problem of this whole situation, as not only were we slightly tricked into believing that this was a short, a lot of people were also led to believe, myself included, that the short would possibly be Veronica Mayday focused, which many fans have been dying to get, myself included. And obviously, had the promotion just been upfront on what this video was really going to be about and who it was actually going to focus on, then problem number 2 wouldn't have happened. And by problem 2, I mean that since so many people assumed that the short was going to be about Veronica, the fans obviously went off the rails in excitement, discussing what it could be about or what she could be doing or getting up to. It wasn't until Eric, the voice actor for Chaz, made a tweet stating that the short may not be what we think it is, and that during Level Up, Viv had said that Eric was way more involved with this short and that now he wished Veronica was in it. And it probably didn't help that Eric continued to tweet multiple times that Veronica was not going to be a part of this, which pretty much after all of that, the Helluva fans did not take that well, as many fans quote tweeted Eric's tweets stating they were not happy about this, and that him stating this just made them not want to watch the video at all, now knowing it was going to be more Chaz, which again, as a Chaz fan, but also a Veronica fan, yeah, I feel a lot of the pain that ripped through the fandom, especially when it was confirmed 3 days before the videos drop, which, thanks for the clarification, but that's really bad timing for fans to adjust to, since the internet is the internet, and plus, after it was confirmed, it really didn't help that a few fans stated it was obvious what the short would be about due to the shark floaty, which as a Chaz fan, I'll admit I was delusional in my thoughts that he would be involved, but hands down I wouldn't have been surprised if not, but due to the fans' constant fighting and disappointment, Eric did try to spread the word more on Instagram by talking with Christina, Veronica's voice actress. But you can't hear her, though, since he couldn't get the audio of their phone call, but they did talk about the short and how she's fine with it. We then get another video from Eric with some Veronica cosplayers saying they're okay with the short, though. And as nice as it was for the clarification, again, constantly bringing up Veronica and having Veronica cosplayers present and mentioning she was not going to be in it over and over and over again felt kind of like rubbing salt on the wound. And again, I am a Chaz fan, and again, I am a Veronica fan, so I am a little torn between all of this. I understand the need for clarification from the voice actors' parts where they don't want their fans fighting with each other because that was what was happening within both sides. But I also feel like it was too much. It was too much clarification. It was too much in your face about what was going on and what was really going on, and how, you know, the succubus in the pool was just, you know, because, and I'm just like, okay. And I keep seeing so many people stating, now that it's been clarified that this video was going to be about Chaz, that, you know, everybody's like, oh, you should have known, it's so obvious, that's not Veronica. And it's like, I understand that you're embarrassed that it's no longer about Veronica, but please don't make fans feel stupid for thinking the things that they thought, especially when the succubus in the pool does bear a lot of similarities. Yes, the image is kind of hiding the fact that it could be Veronica, but there's only so many succubus that HelluvaBoss even puts any focus to, so it's only logical to think that this was going to be a Veronica short. And I think the cherry on top of this whole situation was, not only did people assume it was going to be a Veronica short, it's the fact that it wasn't a short is what really pissed people off as well. Like, the whole mountain of absolute gaslighting that was going on. And I know that's a really big word to use for this situation. It's probably not the correct word, but it feels like we were gaslit, because the promo image made it seem like it was going to be about Veronica. It was stated to be a short. Then we had Eric state that no, this was not going to be a Veronica short. He even says short. And then once the video is produced and on Viv's channel, we soon learned that it was not in fact a short. And it's like, why would you promote it as a short, get everyone hyped up for what it could possibly be, only to then be like, ha, psych, it's a music video from a song from 3 years ago, which, no hate to the song or Eric or any of the people behind all of this, like, great job. I'm so glad that the song managed to get a full music video. That's amazing. You know, I was there for a lot of, like, Shark Boy Summer, so in the end I am happy, but I do feel like the promoters were lying to us. Like, I should be allowed to feel upset that, like, we were lied to, in a sense. And yeah, I keep saying it over and over again, I'm sorry, but yes, as a Chaz fan and as a Veronica fan, I do feel like my emotions were messed with and I was misled completely. I also feel like the constant trying to fix everything just made the fighting between the fans even way worse. Like, I understand that they were just doing it because, like, obviously everybody was mistaking the succubus in the photo for Veronica. So, like, of course they're like, oh, let us explain that, no, it's not what you think it is. And, like, it irks me a little bit that Eric was the one that had to come out and say that, and not the promoters themselves or Viv herself as well. Like, I know everybody's busy, but, like, I find it really strange that Eric was the one that had to say something, and, like, unfortunately he got so much backlash from it, which, like, that's not cool to do. I understand that you're disappointed, but it's not okay to just be, like, rude to a voice actor who's giving you a clarification on, like, what's actually going on. You should be kind of upset with the promoter people with their weird way of tricking you into thinking it was gonna be Veronica. Like, seeing the fans fight over this was, like, really disappointing as a whole, and seeing everybody attack Eric for this, and I'm just like, it's not really his fault at the end of it. Like, yeah, he kind of went overboard in, like, trying to self-correct or promote correct, I guess. Like, this was his song, so it makes sense for him to kind of self-correct everything, but, like, I feel like he shouldn't have had to do that. He shouldn't have had to deal with the ugly side of the fandom. I just feel like he shouldn't have been put in that position. And then Eric did also have a live stream during the Saturday of the day that the video uploaded, where he explained everything. I feel like he probably explained himself pretty well, but I also feel like it might be a lot because, again, he, like, tweeted so much, and it's like, again, thank you for the clarification, but I feel like you're making it worse. Not intentionally, obviously, but having the guy who plays Chaz try to have Veronica fans understand that this is not going to be about Veronica might have not been the best idea. And I think what irritates me the most at the end of all of this is what happened afterwards, because weirdly enough, I don't think that the music video did as well as they had hoped. Since its release to now, it sits at 679k views, which sounds like a lot, yes, but seeing as how a lot of Vivzy Pop stuff is, like, within the millions, yeah, you can tell that the controversy and everything that happened did not bode well for the viewership of the music video. Yes, it got a lot of views. However, it didn't get the standard views that a lot of these music videos get. And I find it really upsetting too, like once the video was out and, you know, everything was slowly coming to a head, like we were still having a couple discussions here and there. But Viv did like a series of like tweets here and there stating that we shouldn't feel bad that we were misled or something of those lines. But it's just like, I understand like if this was intentional, but I don't think it was, because she even states that like, oh, you just saw a butt and assumed it was Veronica. Clearly that was your fault in thinking that, so maybe you should calm down on your feelings. I'm paraphrasing, but that's how it felt when I read it. And like, again, the image pretty much insinuates that this could be Veronica. Like, again, there's not very many pink succubus that we see running around. I mean, there's a few, but like none that we've ever focused on. The hairstyle, the body type, like, yeah, again, the photo is very blurry because of the water, but like, you know, Veronica is part of the crew in some weird way. You put a succubus right in front of us, we're gonna assume that the succubus in the photo is gonna be Veronica. Like, 1 + 1 = 2, like, that looks like Veronica. Plus, I feel like at the end of all of this, if they took accountability, like, sorry, we just wanted to make the promo image really sexy, or we just assumed, like, I don't know. I don't really know how they would explain it away, but I feel like if they had just said sorry in the beginning, and then fully explained, and not have Eric explain, have them explain what was really going on, then I feel like a lot of the fans wouldn't have been as upset as they had gotten over this. Like, I'm still seeing a lot of Reddit posts where people are discussing this whole situation. And yeah, I am kind of like on the side of, I feel like we were gaslit. I feel like we were undermined. I feel like, you know, our feelings weren't taken seriously. I understand that, like, in their minds, this was never the intention of what was supposed to happen, but, like, this is the outcome of what happens when you try and, you know, be subtle. I don't know how they thought this was, I'm really trying to understand how this promotion art was created in the first place, and, like, how they were able to, like, how they thought that this was gonna go down easy. Like, yes, the shark floaty's over there in the corner, but it's like, what does that tell any of us when we're all laser focused in? Like, had it been a Veronica and a Chaz, like, music video, I feel like that would have been really cool too. Or, like, had it been Veronica and we had Chaz in the background, or we had, like, a weird Chaz and Veronica running around together. I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. For me, when I first saw the promo, I originally thought it was going to be about Veronica. Then I saw the shark floating and I was like, oh, maybe Chaz will be included in some weird way. But that was just like a 50-50 chance if that was even going to happen, or if they were just including the shark because ha ha ha, Chaz is a shark, ha ha ha, shark floaty, you know? I was going to be fine with it at the end of the day because it was finally going to be something about Veronica, and I was excited about that, but that's not what we got, and I feel stupid, and I really don't like that everybody keeps saying, oh, you're stupid for thinking it was Veronica, and it's like, you probably thought it was also Veronica, don't lie, you're just embarrassed that you also thought it was Veronica, and because you didn't say anything, you're going to come out here and be like, ha, we all knew, we knew, I'm smarter than you. Like, no. You also thought it was Veronica. Don't sit there and pretend. Anyway, though, my final thoughts, though, on the music video itself is that it's really good. I love all the animation. I thought it was really, really good. Especially, like, the underwater animation. I think that's super good. I don't know who did that. I hope they, like, post it somewhere because that was so good. But, this is just one song that I don't particularly vibe with. I know the voice actor created it, and that's awesome, and I was there when the song, you know, came out. But I don't know, the beat is just too soft for me. Like, it's not jumping or as, you know, party heavy as the song implies, and that's just me. I'm not much of a, like, soft... I don't know how to explain the tone. Like, the tone of the song is very low, and I'm like, I feel like it should be a little bit higher, or the basses should be a little bit higher, or there should be, like, some kind of, like, there's something extra that should be put into the song to give it that oomph, because right now it's just very, like, flat-toned to me, but, you know, other than that, though, like, the controversy is kind of dying down, and I hate saying that word because I don't feel like that's what this was. I feel like this was just a huge snowball of whoopsie daisies. But yeah, I don't know how everyone is going to feel about this later on when we do get another short and whatever. I mean, I really hope they don't do this again because this was just a cluster. This was just a lot. This was a lot that could have been fixed so easily had they had not made the promotion art the way that they did, you know? But yeah, anyway though, next video will be the entire Stolas redesign family. I'm not sure if it'll be Saturday or next Wednesday because, again, it's 3 characters and I have a lot to do, so yeah. But anyway though, thanks for watching. Love y'all. Bye! Also, thank you to the other members. You have my whole heart. Everyone else, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here, and if possible, hit that join button or super to join the Board of Teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!